I have always had like kind of a natural talent for connecting with people and kind of adapting to their learning style. I used to play games on an amateur level, like competitively, but now seeing where I'm at and seeing where that led me, I'm very happy making them. This is what I wanted to do. This is what I should be doing. Why you would rob your own spouse's grave is beyond me.
Hi, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Ella. We are homeschoolers. We met through a homeschool platform called Recess, where we found our passion for learning and podcasting.
Exactly.
Come join us on our journey of self-directed learning as we dive into all the things about recess on our
Recess Rundown Podcast.
and we will hopefully see you there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Recess Rundown Podcast. Today's guest is Jayden. He is a guide at Recess, host of band club, and is currently in school for game development. He loves playing video games, collecting things, and Lego. Thank you for being with us, Jayden.
Hey everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm actually very excited.
That's great. Hope that'll make for a good interview then. How did you get involved with Recess? What made you want to be a guide there?
So, as a college student, a lot of people can probably relate to this, but I was really broke and I was searching for a job. We have this thing called Handshake in college, which is basically just like Indeed, which is a thing you search for jobs on, but it's for college students specifically. And I came across an ad for a place where you can host games and just kind of talk about it. And that was kind of the description at first. I got an interview here with Joanne. He told me a lot more about Recess, and I really, really liked the idea. So I wanted this job super bad. But that's pretty much how I got into it.
Nice.
Yes, that's fun.
Was education something that you always saw yourself doing?
Kind of. I didn't think of it as a career opportunity as in I wanted to do it like for work specifically. But I have always had like kind of a natural talent for connecting with people and kind of adapting to their learning style. Because I know me specifically, I don't learn just by people talking at me. I need to do something. That way it sticks. And a lot of people are like that.
I totally agree with you, like having to do something so it sticks. I actually had a very similar situation where my piano teacher, I was trying to learn a song really, really fast so I could accompany my brother. And she was like, okay, I'm not going to give you the sheet. We're just going to do, you follow what I do. And I actually learned it like this. It was super quick, really easy.
That is awesome. A lot of people kind of just pick up like that. A lot of people don't learn by just talking about them or reading. They just need to do it. And that's a-okay. I think a lot of people need to incorporate that more in their like education kind of toolbox, if you may.
Yeah. I think I would have learned many things faster if that had been incorporated. But I mean, it's different for every single person. Do you find it easier to relate to kids given that you are one of the younger guides?
Yes, I can definitely say that I relate to a lot of the kids a lot more. Well, for one, I can kind of joke around with them a lot. I'm very friendly with everyone, so they kind of find it easier to like get comfortable around me. And we've been through a lot of the same experiences, like COVID and things, so it's a lot easier to talk to someone like me, especially since I'm only 19. It's not that far away, but it's far enough that I've had my experiences and I'm a lot more mature, so I can kind of just help guide people. But yeah, I'd say it was like really easy to connect with a lot of the kids, especially the teens, since they're around the same age range, and I'm kind of connected with the times, if you may.
Connected, yeah. I mean, some of these kids are only 2 or 3 years younger than you.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah. It is and it's not, though. Sometimes I think there's definitely a difference between a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old.
100%. 100%.
So what made you want to pursue coding and game development?
I used to play video games all my life. I've been playing video games since I could like speak pretty much. I've been playing like shooters and hero shooters and things like Stardew Valley and Minecraft especially is a big part of my life. Minecraft is like the reason why I started game development specifically. But I used to play games on an amateur level, like competitively. So I was on a esports team in high school.
Hmm.
Um, but I decided that I wanted to focus a little more on studies, so I didn't really pursue it. Um, which I used to regret, but now seeing where I'm at and seeing where that led me, I'm very happy about it. But eventually, I kind of got into coding a little bit, and when I realized that I could not only be playing games but making them, it kind of clicked in my head like this is what I wanted to do. This is what I should be doing.
That's nice. I mean, when you were younger, so for me, I love creative writing, and when I was a kid, I would imagine these stories and I would make little comics. I was always storytelling. When you were a kid, did that kind of happen for you? Did you have ideas for games, or did you?
I definitely had an idea, rather ideas about what I would want to create. Um, but kind of early on, when I was thinking about getting into game development, I didn't have a computer or any way to actually get into it.
Mm.
But once I built my own computer and started using it a lot more to play not only online games but get into it, then I realized um, I would rather should start getting into it more and expressing my ideas a little bit more in like a hands-on way.
Hmm. And what about the esports team? I'm curious, what games were you playing there?
For my esports team, I used to play a lot of Valorant.
Mm.
So I was the captain of B team, which is kind of like the backup team. But we did have our own skirmishes and things like that, and we played a couple games. I did really want to do esports for Overwatch specifically, but that game kind of got less and less popular as years went on. But I used to be really good at, well, I still kind of am really good at hero shooters. Overwatch specifically, I was like top 500 in NA region.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
I played a lot of video games, so
That's cool. In my family, I'm the best out of my family for shooters. I actually really like shooters, which people find surprising because it's not part of the stuff that I usually do. I like singing and acting and doing arts and crafts. And oh yeah, I also like shooting people in video games.
honestly, I didn't know that about you until right now, and that is shocking. I can I can see why people got confused.
So yeah, out of my family, I'm the best. I think against you, I would be very, very bad and other people, but
I'm sure you probably perform better than me. My strong suit isn't my aim anymore. I'm more of a strategic mind.
oh, nice. What about Maddie? Have you ever played any first-person shooters and stuff like that?
I played a few. I'm okay. I'm definitely not the best. I'm more better at like Minecraft and stuff.
Nice.
What kind of games do you create, and what's the coolest thing that you've made or learned to make so far?
So I haven't made like an official game that I've released yet, but I have made a few demos. I really love pixel art. Like pixel art is like one of my like rather not one of my it is my favorite form of art. Um, that usually stems from because like I played Minecraft a bunch. Um, but if we're going into technicalities, I have made mods which fall under game development. My largest project right now is a Fisk Heroes add-on, and Fisk Heroes we'll probably get into more of that later on because I'm sure you guys have a question about that. It is a mod that adds in superheroes into Minecraft, and it also adds in a system where you can add your own superheroes. But that is my largest project. I think I'm a bit over 600,000 downloads on that one right now.
Wow.
That's impressive. What kind of superheroes? DC, Marvel?
So you can make whichever superheroes you want.
Mhm.
Specifically, me, I love DC. I've always loved DC. Unfortunately, their movies were lacking until recently. um, but I made a few Marvel ones. I also did make the Powerpuff Girls, which I did showcase a bit. It used to be my banner here at Recess, actually, if
Oh,
anyone checked that
nice.
out. Yeah,
I remember that.
yeah. That's probably like the thing I'm most proud of besides like modding stuff.
Hmm. I was always a little curious about the Powerpuff Girls banner. Like, did you make this? Is this just something you really like? It's like a Minecraft mod that you like or something? Okay, so you made it. Nice.
Jayden, you have played your guitar at recess community hour like multiple times. How did you get into music, and how long have you been playing the guitar?
So I've always been really interested in music. I kind of don't go a single second without listening to music. If you guys saw my Spotify Wrapped, you would ask me how I even listen to that much. It's like something insane, like 100,000 hours or something insane. Like yeah, like not 100,000 hours. Sorry, 100,000 minutes. Um, I listen to way too much music. I listen to it during the day when I sleep. It's insane. But specifically game music, Undertale really sold it for me. Undertale. If anyone has ever played Undertale, that was probably the reason why I decided I wanted to play music because that guy was a developer. He was very amateur, and he really exceeded at making music. And I even owned like what the Undertale vinyl. Phenomenal, like it's amazing that music. Um, and it kind of inspired me to get into music because he made all that on his own. And guitar specifically came from my obsession with rock last year. Like I go through music in phases. And I've always wanted to pick up an instrument because I remember back in my elementary school days, I played the flute for band class. I did not like the flute, but I was really good at just reading music straight up and just playing it on the spot, even though we were supposed to practice. So I thought that I would be able to pick up the guitar and learn it really fast. I was humbled really quickly when my fingers were aching for days on end. And I've been playing it for about 7 months on and off. So I'd probably say I have like actual 3 months worth of experience, maybe 4 or 5.
That's so cool. Yeah, the music that Toby Fox has produced is really, really good. Some of the upbeats, like the slow ones, it's like nice and relaxing. You can do it while you're working. I'm really into in Undertale right now. So yeah, that's really cool. My
That's
dad actually, he's been playing guitar every single day for a year, and he just hit a year like a month ago.
that's
That's
cool.
really awesome.
I
I wish I
like
had that kind of dedication.
I like hearing your dad in the background while we're meeting. I can hear him playing the guitar. It's fun. We have just background music. Also, I like the Undertale. Someone at recess, shout out to you, Saran, keeps trying to convince me to get it and play it. So I
You
guess
definitely won't regret it. It's
okay.
Yeah,
an amazing game.
All right,
it's
I
really
will. I'll have to do it.
Yeah, I've played it through like twice. I've done the normal route and pacifist. I don't want to do genocide. Genocide is where you kill all everyone. Because I cried during pacifist.
Oh,
Because it was like the sweetest thing ever at the end. So I feel really bad. So I've taken a break from the game. Because I don't want to start killing everybody.
Yeah,
So after
completely
the
understandable.
heart touching game through I did last time, it's a pretty decent hard game.
Yeah, very hard. Especially if you take the genocide route and you have to fight
Yeah.
Sans at the end. I wouldn't wish that pain on my worst enemy.
oh, oh, you guys are really selling this game. No, it seems fun.
Continuing the topic of music, actually, actually, Ella and Jayden both host band club, and I know this question is really for both of you, but how did this come to be?
I'll start off with kind of my version of things. So I remember after I played for Recess, like during closing ritual that one time, um, me and Ella talked a lot about music and like what kind of music we were into, specifically in juggling club. She found that I was into ABBA, and we got talking a lot more about it. And she mentioned that she liked to sing a lot and she played piano. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, a good way to get people better at music, especially if you're kind of like lagging behind, is to make a band because it kind of forces you to get better in a like at a faster rate, and also collaboration, and it helps with your tone too. Because if you hear everyone, if you think something's off, you can shift, and it's just a lot easier to get into music if you have multiple people to play with. So I thought that not only would it be awesome for recess, it would be really good for me because that means I have to actually force myself to play and get better at it. And I can tell you from the experience that I've had, I have definitely gotten a lot better at playing.
My story is similar to Jayden. Jayden and I talked about music mainly in juggling club because we have music while we're juggling. Jayden started it and I was able to tag along. I think it's doing it together really helps. I'm not doing a whole lot in band club at the moment. I'm just singing. But hopefully I'll be able to sing and play the piano for band club soon. And it puts some pressure on you, but good pressure. It's good pressure. Like you want to get better for the rest of the people in band club. You want to practice for them.
I agree.
Okay.
Do not sell yourself short, though. Singing is very hard and also very nerve wracking. We are all doing things that are like pretty much equally difficult because then we also have to perform in front of everyone. And I know that people have like a lot of social anxiety and it's very nerve wracking. Trust me, as someone who played in front of like a pretty large group in recess, even if it's through a screen, it's nerve wracking. It's scary. You're bound to mess up, but that's all about learning.
Yeah, it is incredibly scary. I almost find doing it online worse. I think, from my experience, doing it in front of a crowd of 30 people that I don't know in on some random stage is easier than doing it in front of a crowd of 10 or 15 that I do know, or 10 or 15 that are online.
I can kind of see where you're coming from, but I think with the kind of community we've built, where everyone's very supportive and understanding, it's more inspiration. The way I like to think about it is that it'll inspire kids to do similar things and get outside their comfort zone. So if I can do that, then imagine what the kids can do.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's definitely, the idea is scary. Afterwards, when you're right, the community is incredibly supportive. Like when they come up to you and talk to you afterwards, that anxiety kind of melts away.
100%.
I'm also incredibly jealous of how you said you could just read sheet music so easily. Sheet music and rhythm are some of the hardest things for me in piano. Those are the things that I really have to work on.
If it makes you feel any better, I can't do it anymore. That is why I'm retaking music in college right now.
I'm so
Yeah.
jealous.
I know, I can relate with Ella. I've been playing violin for like over 2 years, and I'm still struggling with playing sheet music, like reading sheet music.
Yeah. It's hard, but it hopefully will get better. So Jayden, you host the Wednesday Teen Hour. I attend often, but tell the viewers and us a little bit more about it. Why or how Teen Hour was created and what an average session looks like.
So I can't really go into the why because I wasn't the one who made it specifically. Or rather the how. I can go into the why. But I'm sure the idea around it was we have these group of kids who are mixed up in community hour. They're different ages, so it's kind of hard for the older kids to speak to the younger kids, even if they do get along. Some people just feel comfortable with people around their age group. So Teen Hour was kind of made so all the teens can get together, and since everyone's in the same age group, it's a little easier to talk. This is kind of getting into the why. So now that you're in like this group with people like your peers, you're a lot more you're able to relate to everyone there. Um, the best way I can kind of explain it is with an analogy. If you guys have ever been to like a cousin's house or something, and you don't know anyone there. And they kind of group you with the kids that are there already, but they're younger, so you can't really do much with them. Even if there's a kid around your age, you know nothing about them, so it's really hard to even like connect in some sort of way, at least for me personally. With community hour and teen hour, you have a guide there, which kind of helps facilitate the conversation. So if we lead a conversation a certain way, you might seem like, oh, hey, Ella also likes music. I should talk to her more often. Or you might join in the conversation and boom, you have like two new friends because you guys all agree on something.
Mhm.
Uh, I feel like that's kind of the whole idea of it. As for sessions, we mostly just get together and we decide on whether or not we want to play a game, if we want to have like a yap session where we just talk about things. Um, it usually leads rather to a lot of chaos, fun chaos though.
It's so chaotic.
It is fun chaos. We have so much fun in Teen Hour. Everyone watching this, you should definitely join. We have so much fun, especially mine. uh, but I would say that yeah, our sessions go pretty chaotic, but we kind of take away a lot from that because even if it's chaotic, we know to respect each other. Um, we learn that like things like speaking over each other, that stuff like that's like cool. And since it is older kids, people like everyone there can express how they feel without it being like a big thing because we have that emotional maturity. We have that basis from whether it be community hour or social interactions we already have. So there's not really like any social issues there or conflicts. If we have a problem, we will speak about it, we'll share about it, and it will get resolved pretty easily.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're saying how we like, we can pick a game or a activity. If we pick something, both teen hours actually, but just the teens don't like making decisions. I'm a person who doesn't really like making decisions. Usually I don't like making decisions when they are involving other people. When it comes to
I,
me, I can do it. I don't want to pick the wrong thing.
I completely
Um,
agree.
but these no one wants to pick games in teen hour.
Yeah, that is something that I feel like we do kind of struggle with. You don't want anyone to feel left out, but you also have to think about the group as a whole. So if there's just like one person who wants to hang out and do something else, we have to kind of find a way to get them involved with the entire group, which is
Yeah.
sometimes a challenge, but it's good because whenever we do get them into the group, they kind of feel like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling included. This is something I actually really like to do. I'm going outside of my comfort zone, and that's kind of a lot of the point.
Yeah. That's so we ask this question to all of our adult guests. Would you have wanted recess when you were a kid?
My answer to this is both yes and no.
Oh,
Yes. I really like the idea of community hour and convening with other people and building that kind of like community, obviously. uh, there's a lot of good social interactions I can have there, and you learn a lot. But me personally, as a kid, I really needed to get out there and be in person for a lot of the things I did, like especially classes. So I think I would have loved to do community hour, but also still be in person for school because I really needed that like basis for in-person social interaction. I'm still pretty socially awkward in person. You wouldn't think it because I have like quite the confidence over the screen, but it's sometimes a struggle. But I think I do pretty well, well enough to not be like super nervous when I go out. But it definitely helped a lot that I was around people when I was growing up, especially in a school setting.
that makes sense. I completely agree with you on the like online versus in real life social interactions. I similarly am incredibly shy and awkward in real life, and I think over a screen I can be a little bit more
Yeah,
just not as awkward and a little more confident. I think recess builds that little safe bubble,
yeah.
especially where you can kind of do that, which is really nice. It's your bubble wrap. You can kind of
It is
maybe
really good for building social skills, especially like on the emotional level. You build a lot of emotional stability and a lot of emotional maturity. However, things like body language you can't really do over the screen. So
True.
if you're like me and you were really self conscious about like how you look in person, like stance wise and like how you present yourself, I tend to slouch a little bit when I'm in my chair, but it's very hard to notice because it's over the screen. But something like that, I do a little bit in real life, and like I can't practice like not doing that if I'm not in put in those situations.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Which is really good that we have recess meetups. Like you guys meet up in person
Yeah.
sometimes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I saw Maddie a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, for the at the zoo.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to the
Oh,
zoo.
with Daniel too, right?
Daniel was there. um, that was very fun. Very chaotic, especially when you have all the younger siblings getting together who do not hang out with each other on recess as much. I mean,
There's
That makes a lot of sense. I can see
with
that.
yeah, I mean with Daniel's family, I see Daniel once a week in real life and on recess almost every single day. So I'm, and then so his siblings and my siblings are they're close. Apparently, they're cousins.
Oh wow.
This is their thing. They're cousins. Recess meetups are always interesting, and I think if there ever is, they've only ever really happened in the little Canadian group, and I think if there's a big one with all of the kids, it's
That
certainly going to be nuts.
yeah, we would have to
Um,
split up into so many different groups. That would
yeah,
be super chaotic and quite frankly very scary.
yes. I mean, like you said, the seeing you don't exactly get in like the whole picture of someone in real life. There's, like you said, body language and it just really everything. So it's completely different. You're thrown into the deep end with that.
Yeah.
But I think if there was a big one, it would be super fun.
yeah.
Fun but definitely chaotic.
Yes. When is recess not?
Fair point.
What did you want to be when you were a kid? And did this change over time?
Yeah, it definitely changed over time. I so even now as an adult, I tend to hyper fixate on things. So um when I was a kid, I used to love Lego, and I still do now. I collect them. Uh, I used to build them all the time, and I used to have my godparents ask me like, "Do you want to be an architect? Do you like love doing this stuff? You're really fast at it. We bought you this $100 Lego set, and you finished it in 3 hours. What is wrong with you?" uh, so I kind of got like those ideas put in my head, like maybe I want to do this, or like I would watch like a cop show, and like maybe I want to be a police officer, or like a firefighter, or things like that. Spoiler alert, I'm never doing anything like that because I have asthma. I'd probably drop that at some point doing
Oh.
that. Um, but yeah, I had like definitely like a lot of different career opportunity, or rather career thoughts, especially in the gaming side of things, because I was like kind of a prodigy, not to like to my own horn, but like I was kind of like a prodigy kid when I was playing video games. I was really good for my age, with the whole esports thing and my Overwatch days. So I thought that I would grow up to be like an esports player, hopefully. um, but then I ended up just kind of quitting on that idea after I got more into coding and realizing like things like esports players, they don't usually last that often. There's kind of like a really big myth as to why they do it. A lot of people think that your prime is from like 16 to I want to say 20, and if you're not playing professionally during that time, then you are missing out on a lot of like what you could be doing. So after kind of that age range, they either let you go or usually don't play professional anymore. You just kind of quit and do streaming instead. Um, so that really discouraged me because I had bad social anxiety for one, and streaming was kind of like difficult for me because it's hard to find a basis, and I used to be very bad at talking to people. But after I kind of made up that decision and I got more into coding with Fisk Heroes and I found that community, I decided I really wanted to do game development. The guy I met there, he is now working at Mojang, and his story is so inspiring to me because he kind of was like me. He just didn't really like the education system he had. He had not finished college yet because he had to pick up a job to help out. And then he decided to work on modding, and his mod got so popular that it actually landed him an interview with Mojang, and he ended up getting hired recently, actually.
That
That's so cool.
crazy. I mean, going to just getting a mod pack out there too. I'm working at Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely like probably the most inspiring story of my life, and I'm really good friends with him, and I'm really glad that I met him because he influenced so many parts of my life, and he's an amazing person.
That's nice. Would you, if you were offered a job at Mojang, would you take it?
Oh, 100%. Mojang's a great company, and I've seen parts of their workplace, really funny posters.
Oh,
Yeah, they have fun there. They definitely, they're definitely a really good company. They make Minecraft the biggest game in the world, arguably. So why would I not want to work there? I love Minecraft. I love modding. Um, Being able to work closely with the source code would help me a lot with my modding stuff too. So I could do both what I love and actually, I would just be doing what I love because I'd be working at Mojang and probably working on mods on the side.
that's nice. You would drop us just like that? No, I'm kidding. Um, don't. um, that's cool. I mean, you're saying that you like Minecraft and you've been playing it for a while. I mean, were you playing Minecraft when it came out, similar to Josh?
I want to say, did the game come out like 2009? I want to say, I completely forgot what date it came out.
Oh.
I want to say I've been playing it since it had a demo on like the iPhone 4 or something like that. It was super, super early in this development stage. Um, I played way before Bedrock was even a thing. I played both on console and a little bit on my laptop. It was a really bad laptop. It would lag like crazy, but I did it nonetheless. Oh my gosh, I played back when like the console worlds were pre-generated. You had like this giant castle and like the tutorial. It was really really weird.
Oh, wow.
There was no bedrock, so it was just like super weird. Uh, but yeah, I've been playing it for I want to say like more than 10 years of my life.
Oh, wow.
So, how old were you when you started playing Minecraft?
I had to be really young. I want to say like maybe 4 or 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were tiny.
Yeah, a little iPad kid with the phone in hand, just playing Minecraft for hours on
Aw.
end.
Yeah. My little brother, he just turned 5 in like September, early September. He plays Minecraft, and for his age, he's pretty good. Like, he knows how to navigate. He knows how to jump. He knows to walk around. He only plays in creative, but he shoots bows. He's making like houses. A few days ago when he was playing, the horse could jump 5.5 blocks,
Wow.
which is pretty high. And the horse died because he made it glitch where the horse kind of goes up and like moves his the legs.
Yeah.
It's a sound. When it did that, it got stuck and it kept making that sound. And it was so annoying. It went off for 20 minutes and he couldn't figure out how to get it to stop. He had to kill it because it was so annoying. He couldn't, and it was so loud.
Oh.
It's sad. I do want to say that Minecraft is probably the best game for education. I have personally learned so many things from Minecraft. Not only like things like how animals work and like where steak comes from. That was really fun. But it's like a great way to get into coding and game design, even art in general, because you have things like Blockbench, which allows you to make models, get into animation that way. It kind of acts as a catalyst for anything in your life. If you like music as well, like if you want to make something and you need inspiration, definitely go play Minecraft for like a year or two. You will find your inspiration. You will find something to do that doesn't have to directly correlate with making a game or making music. It could be literally anything.
Nice. Well, if I didn't already play Minecraft, then well, I might just go and download it right now.
It's amazing. Sorry, my dog is barking right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
That's okay.
Yeah, my dog also has anxiety, so if he sees anyone, he barks like crazy.
Oh. Yeah, I think I've seen him in Community Hour a few times.
Yeah, I sometimes bring him on camera. I it's because someone always it's I think Harper. Yeah, Harper always asks me to to show him off. And always calls him Potato for some reason.
Oh yeah, with it Mateo's.
Yeah,
Right?
Potato.
You mentioned that you like collecting. What do you like to collect?
Oh my gosh, you guys need like another hour for this. I collect so many different things. Teens know like one of the things I collect. They made a whole like meme about it, multiple memes actually. Speaking of which, Ben, you should put me in a T-shirt. You gotta leave that in the podcast. Ben should put me in a T-shirt.
Please. Then we
I
need.
will. I will waive my right to any royalties. You guys can have all the money. I just want to be put on a T-shirt for the funny.
I will wear this T-shirt. Please,
I'll buy 5 of them.
I need Jayden on a Teen Hour. The Wednesday Teen Hour, just Teen Hour in general. They would make great T-shirts. The amount of memes and chaos that we have, I think. I need Darth Jayden on a T-shirt.
It would be an amazing T-shirt. But I collect so many things. I'm happy you asked this. I have things ranging from stickers to props to Lego to vinyl to manga, books, statues, figures. I hang up a bunch of art prints on my wall as well. If you guys, by the way, if you guys want pictures of this stuff to like show on screen, I can send a bunch. Um, I love collecting things, especially like Star Wars stuff. This is a little Lego Star Wars lightsaber.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a pen, and right next to it, I have its older brother, an actual lightsaber prop that it has like a slot for a blade. Teens know all about this.
We do.
I use this for my Anakin cosplay. Anakin's like one of my favorite characters in media, if not my favorite character in media.
Ooh.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff I collect, it's just kind of like my favorite media. I tend to hyperfixate on things, so if I really like a certain piece of media, I will buy so many things for it. That kind of happened in my vinyl collection. There was like a full week straight where I was buying only vinyl.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I tend to collect a lot of things based on that and kind of just leave it around my room because it looks really cool.
That's cool. I guess your room is like a really cool thing because you have so many.
Yeah, it's really sad that this is the only like background I have because it's just kind of like my wardrobe. If you guys saw anything over here, it looks like if a little kid walked in this room, they would think they walked into a castle.
Aww. So we have talked about video games a lot, and we know that you like playing video games. Tell us some of your favorites.
So some of my favorites have to be Minecraft, definitely. That's a given. Elden Ring is a really popular one. I got into Elden Ring. It was my first Souls game. I love that game to death. I have so many hours on it. Wow, my barking dog again. Right on cue to cut me off. I used to play a lot of Overwatch before Overwatch 2 came out. I was like obsessed with that game. That was the game that got me really into competitive games. So sad that it got less popular. So I'm sad that Overwatch kind of like lost a lot of its popularity, but it's honestly for the better because competition rolled in and now we have Marvel Rivals, which I'm like really, really badly obsessed with. Like it's not okay. But that brought back my spark for playing games competitively, and I even considered streaming again for things like that. I also love like the Fallout series. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It's like a game about post-apocalyptic, like post-nuclear warfare. Mm-hmm. I also really, really love horror games, which is ironic because I hate being scared, but like it's the feeling after the fact that kind of just like draws me towards them.
Interesting.
Like, cool. Yeah, I hate being scared and I hate kind of scary kind of things. I started playing Lethal Company and I'm addicted to that game, even though it's kind of scary. But since you're having so much fun, that scare kind of goes away. So when I'm being chased by this big bug, I'm like screaming but laughing at the same time.
Yeah.
I want to get this game called Phasmophobia, which is like ghost hunting, which is even scarier in my opinion, but it looks fun.
Yeah. As someone who's played Phasmophobia, it is really, really scary. The scare comes less from the fact that like the ghost itself is scary. It's just kind of like the actions it takes and like the thrill of being hunted by the ghost, things like
Yeah.
that. I think that's what makes those games perfect for people who, again, like don't like being scared, but like the multiplayer setting. Because when you're with your friends and like you're being chased by this terrifying monster, it's more funny than scary. Because, like, let's say if I'm playing with Ella and Ella's like on the other side of the map, and I just hear screaming, I'm gonna be terrified, but I'm also going to laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
I think. I'm terribly sorry, Jayden, but I don't think I will be playing. I might, if I'm playing with someone else, I might play a horror game, but I try and stay away from all horror. I am, for the most part, sunshine and romance and rainbows. Those are my genres, and unless, again, I'm shooting people. Um,
A very mixed batch there. I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, the start of that was so innocent, and then I just shoot people for fun.
Let me clarify so we don't get moderated in a game.
Yes,
It's a
in a
game.
video game.
Video game.
You never
Not
actually
in
mentioned
person.
which video game you do that in, though.
Oh, there's so many, and I can't remember. I haven't played in a really long time. When I was younger, I was really into Roblox, so I did them on Roblox. My brothers have recently gotten Marvel Rivals, so I kind of tried that out. I was like, okay. My brothers were also really. A lot of this is just my brothers making me play these games. Um, there was Fortnite. There was one other one, but I can't remember what it was called.
If you do remember, I definitely want to hear about it.
Okay, but I'm always open to usually first person shooters, but any shooter suggestions?
See, I will always recommend Marvel Rivals because that game is just so addicting and so fun. I think it's also very easy for other people to get into because of the cosmetics. They're gorgeous skins sometimes, and I tend to like to buy in-game cosmetics. Not a good idea, but yeah, I don't know. I just like having really cool skins, and that's just kind of like what draws me into that game a lot more, and the gameplay, obviously.
Nice. Yeah, I think skins are definitely a big part of games for a lot of people. They really
Yes.
like the character creation, getting to change things up.
Yeah.
I have to say that character creation. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't mention this. But Monster Hunter, another one of my favorite games. I have played Monster Hunter. I believe it's Wilds that came out earlier this year. My first Monster Hunter game, and I got addicted to it literally because of the character creation. It was just so good. I love creating characters, like my own character, and like spending hours on the character creation. Even if I don't end up enjoying the game, if I enjoy the character creation, I will play it. But that game ended up being super fun.
I'm gonna simulate that way in Sims,
Oh my gosh,
where I
yeah.
spend hours making the character and making them look good and cool, and I build this whole backstory, and then I get to play the game. It's like, oh, I have to find them a house, and I have to. Oh, no. Well, no, I still love that part of the game, but the
I completely understand.
Yeah, when I play Sims, my dad's like, every time I see you play Sims, you're always creating a new family. Which is sort of true. Every single time I play, I always make a new family or edit the existing family.
yeah, it's never. No, I don't want to actually play with them. I, they have to be perfect. Do you want to play a game?
I'm ready for this one.
All right. So, um, I'm going to read you some patch notes from various video games. Some of them are completely real, but crazy bug fixes that actually shipped, and some are fake ones that are made up. After I read each one, you just tell me if you think it's real or fake. You can try guessing which game it's from, but don't worry about it, because it's not really going to. All right. Humans will not stare at each other until they die anymore.
That's definitely real.
That one is. All right, number 2. Babies will no longer send text messages congratulating your Sims on their marriage, engagement, or pregnancy.
That definitely sounds true, especially for a Sims game.
Yeah, I think I've had that happen before.
Yeah, same with me.
Parrots will no longer mimic people dying.
See, that one's kind of 50-50. It's like just crazy enough that you might not think it's true, but I feel like that's true.
Sadly, it's not true.
Oh, gosh.
But you are right. Lighting yourself on fire no longer makes you immune to fire.
You know what? That sounds like one of my mod patches. I feel like that's true.
It's not. It's so
What?
close. I
Oh,
edited.
gosh.
I changed one with water. It was drowning will no longer make you immune to drowning in the future, but the
That's
fire
really
one
weird.
is not true. Um, Players no longer shove their face through the fridge to eat food.
Oh my gosh, these are starting to get hard. Like the first one's really obvious. Like I've definitely seen those before, but like the last two I said that were true were not true. I want to say this one is true because you wouldn't throw me like three in a row, right?
Yeah, you're right. This one is true. Players can no longer drink by swimming in the lake.
Not true.
Yes.
Okay.
Gosh. Humans will stop giving birth to horses.
That one sounds true.
It is. I don't know what this is from. Don't know what's. Pets will no longer walk straight into the void.
I want to say that one's also true.
Sims no longer believe the sink will increase their fun need, causing the sim to use the sink excessively.
That sounds like too descriptive not to be true.
It sadly is not true. It's so close. I took some real patch notes and changed them up a bit.
Okay, gotcha.
To make them really hard. So this one is it's close to the real one, but not not quite. No longer will you get upset about your spouse/parent's grave getting robbed if you were the robber.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack there. Why you would rob your own spouse's grave is beyond me, but this sounds like a Sims thing, and I want to say it's true.
It is true. I don't think it's a Sims thing. You can't grave rob
Okay.
in The Sims. But next one, fixed immortal crabs.
I want to say it's false.
Yes.
Okay.
Cats no longer infinitely eat their fish.
Infinitely eat their fish. Okay. I want to say that's true.
It's not true.
Ah,
All right. So we ended off with you getting 6 correct, I think.
Thank you, Jayden, for playing the game. Josh, and his question was, what is your favorite type of M&Ms and why?
favorite type of M&Ms. Wow, that's like a really specific question. What if you don't like M&Ms? You just say no, like I don't like them. Mine have always been peanut M&Ms. I used to buy them like every day, which don't do that by the way. Do not eat peanut M&Ms every day. That's terrible for your health. I used to buy them like every day in middle school for lunch because we had like this weird thing called the Geo store where you could buy like candy and chips and stuff for like all $1. Yeah, but I'd pretty much buy them like every day.
Nice. I agree with you. I like peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. If you were to create a question for us to ask the next guest on the show, what would it be?
This one I did prepare for. I thought the game part was this, but I was wrongly mistaken. I do have this one written down because it's kind of a two-parter. Is that okay to have it be a two-parter? All right, perfect. I wanted to make a question that both kind of invokes thinking and also helps people who watch. So my question for the next person who you guys interview is, what was one bad experience that you had that you channeled into something good? And the next part of the question is, what advice would you give others to help channel their experiences into something good?
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. Interesting.
Can't wait to hear the answers for that one. I feel like I have a bunch of answers to that one, but we can go into that another time. Would not want to spoil the answers for the next guest.
So it is the end of the episode, and thank you so much, Jayden, for being on the Recess Rundown podcast. It was really fun to get to know you and chat about all things video games.
Thank you guys for having me. It was awesome to experience this, and I hope that this interview helps other people and inspires them to kind of be like me. It is very nerve-wracking to kind of be a role model, but as long as I'm helping you guys out in some sort of way, I can get up every morning and feel really good about myself. I say morning, but I mean afternoon because I'm a night owl.
If you are a part of the Recess community and would like to be on our show, please email us, Maddie and Ella, at recessrundown@gmail.com, or message us on the Recess platform, and maybe you can be on the podcast too.
Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye!